Yeah.
And good morning and welcome to the Committee on Rules, Privileges, and Election. At this time, we ask if you could please place phones on vibrate or silent mode. Thank you, Chair. We are ready to begin.
Good morning and welcome to the meeting of the Committee on Rules, Privileges, and Elections. I'm Councilmember Keith Powers, Chair of the committee. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce the other members of the committee who are present here today. We're joined by Speaker Adrienne Adams, Minority Leader Joe Borelli, Justin Brannan, Councilmember Gail Brewer, Councilmember Sylvina Brooks Powers, Councilmember Crystal Hudson, Councilmember Rafael Salamanca, Councilmember Parina Sanchez. I'd like to acknowledge the counsel of this committee, Jeff Campagna, and committee staff that worked on the appointments we'll hear today. Chief Ethics Counsel Pearl Moore, Director of the Public Integrity Division, Francesca Del Vecchia, and Deputy Director Alicia Vassell. By letters dated April 28, 2023, Mayor Eric Adams requested the advice and consent of the council regarding the appointments of Kenneth Chan, Sarah Kaufman, Paul Bader, and Thomas Sorrentino to the New York Taxi and Limousine Commission. Pursuant to Section 2301 of the Charter, Paul Bader was recommended for appointment by the Queen's delegation to the Council, and Thomas Sorrentino was recommended by the Brooklyn delegation to the Council. On May 8th, the committee held a public hearing on all 4 nominations. Today, the committee will vote on whether to recommend to the Council whether to provide its advice and consent to these nominations. We will vote on M149, the proposed appointment by the mayor of Kenneth Chan as a member of the New York City Taxi Limousine Commission to serve the remainder of a 7-year term that expires on January 31st, 2024.
Oh, I just sent you
Councilmember Salamanca, can you mute yourself?
I'm here, I'm sorry.
Thank you. M150, the proposed appointment by the mayor of Paul Bader as a member of the New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission to serve the remainder of a 7-year term that expires on January 31st, 2029. M151, the proposed appointment by the mayor of Thomas Sorrentino as a member of the New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission to serve the remainder of a 7-year term that expires on January 31st, 2029. And M152, the proposed appointment by the mayor of Sarah Kaufman as a member of the New York City Taxi and Limousine Commission to serve the remainder of a 7-year term that expires on January 31st, 2026. Before we vote, I want to invite any of my colleagues to offer any statements on the nominations before us today. Seeing none, the clerk will now call the roll.
Good morning, William Martin, Committee Clerk. Roll call vote, Committee on Rules, Privileges, and Elections. All items are coupled. Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Salamanca.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Brannan.
Aye.
Brooks Powers.
I vote aye on all.
He's aye on all. Okay. Thank you. Brewer.
I vote aye. I want to add that all of the nominees were impressive at the hearing that we had. As we go into congestion pricing, I know they have an important job to think about the yellow cabs, and I want to urge them to support the fact the yellow cabs should not pay for congestion pricing. Thank you.
Thank you. Hudson.
I am aye on all with the exception of M0149, for which I abstain.
Thank you. Sanchez.
Aye.
Borelli.
Aye.
Speaker Adams.
Aye.
I have a vote of 9 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions. All items are adopted by the committee, with M149 being adopted by the committee, 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and 1 abstention. Mr. Chair, that is a full committee.
Thank you. That concludes today's business. Thanks to my colleagues, staff, and Sergeant at Arms. This meeting is adjourned.